All right, so the key to this one is just going to be hunting down all these compile errors and using value instead of int. So here, get local vars should return a map from string to value. That means frame get local vars needs to do that as well. Method get local values is going to have to be switched to value. And that means our local map, but we're getting things out of the local value array. So this local value array should also be array of value. As we go, we're going to be getting more compile errors for a while, and then finally we'll start getting fewer. This isn't a test file, so those are going to be correct. We don't need to touch any of the test classes. The op stack should be a stack of value. And this will be, for now in our debugger, we're just going to get the integer value out of the value object. Later on, we'll figure out the real type and improve the debugging. So here again, stack of value. And here we need to call it value. The heap object's ID should be a value now. So this is going to be a value that's not just an int. It will be the ID, and then the data type will be whatever the type of this class is. Our opcodes are dealing with an op stack that holds values now. And get field value should be changed to be a value object now. Really, that means field values probably needs to hold value. So this will not be an integer anymore. Here, when we have a null, we're actually going to return value.null. I did that. Which is a special type. It's an object, but it's not of any specific class. So it acts a little bit weird. This should be a value. Binary up. Actually, this code was in here as a mistake, I think, from the very beginning. And now we need to push a value when we get the result of our arithmetic operation. If we create a value object with no data type, it will assume it. So that'll be fine. FEQ, we need to get the integer out of that value object. Same deal here. And also here. Load. So here, when we do our get locals, this really should be returning a value. Let's go look at that. This needs to be a value array. Locals needs to change. This will be an array of value. Book static. So init params and locals is returning value now. What's wrong here? Oh, it takes a stack of integer right now. So this is value. And our local value array really should be value objects, and this should be value objects. This needs to be value. Okay, that fixed that error. Invoke virtual. So here we're getting an object ID. And heap get entry takes a value. So this actually is returning value, and that'll just work. This should be an array of value. Store, we're going to get a value off the stack. And push, here we need to wrap this integer with value object. Here, our value and our object ID will be value objects now. Stack frame get local should be returning a value. This is going to be an array of value. And that error went away. Thread run get local. So this one is supposed to return ints. This is a stack frame though. I thought this one was supposed to, no, I think maybe, do I need to update this to be returning value? I don't think so. I think this is being called in the test. So we're not supposed to have to change the tests. So that means this must return int array. So I think what we're going to do here, well, maybe I need to update the test. I think this is a mistake maybe on my part. This probably should be fixed in the starter code. I'm going to say value array of local values. This, and then we're going to create an int array. I'm just going to convert it. We can do this. Did I not change this back? What's going on here? Oh, it imported the wrong. Yeah, it always wants to do this. Okay, and our heap says unlikely argument type. Yeah, so here we do need to do the int value from the ID when we look up a heap entry. So I can kill this main. That's for the debugger. Let's see what we got. All right. VM debug thread get variables is unhappy here. So I think this is because params and locals is not getting initialized right. So yeah, here we used to have an array that was all zeros, and now we're creating an array of value, and we're populating it with things from the stack for our locals, but we also need to fill in or for our parameters, I mean, we need to fill in our local variables as value objects. Right now, these are nulls, and so it's going to blow things up. So we need to say for local variable, local in, or in method, yeah. So locals dot values, and we need to say local values sub I plus plus equals new value, and it'll be a 0. And the data type will be local.get type. I guess this isn't quite going to do the right thing for nulls. We're not really using the value.null here. Maybe I should add a test for that, but I think for now it's probably fine. What else is wrong here? Our check fields is probably not right here. So the values, this method's going to be used with integers. And here when we call get field value, it's giving us the value object. So we need to get the int value out of it. All right. And then check locals is probably doing the same thing, right? Yeah. Okay, there we go. So we've got the value class threaded through all the code. Now we're ready to update the debugger code and we can display the contents of our objects.